It's Big Keys.
What's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? What's good, everybody?
What's up?
This is another episode of Jus Talkin. I'm Big Keys.
And I am Seff.
So Joe Biden just literally, like within like the last hour.
Yeah, Joe Biden dropped out the race.
Within the last hour, Joe Biden has dropped out of the presidential race.
Say he's done.
My opinion. Everybody got an opinion. Doesn't. And the older I get, I'm starting to realize opinions don't even matter.
No,
they don't matter.
No, I mean not when it comes to politics. Your opinion doesn't matter.
I really don't think opinions matter. Period. Like, I think it depends on like who is coming from.
And I mean, what are you talking about though? Like
Just,
in relationships?
Period. Like, your baby mama say, "Oh, you a bitch ass nigga." Like, your opinion. So
I mean, well, yeah, that opinion is based on some bullshit.
Right.
So yeah,
Right.
I mean, bullshit opinions don't matter.
Right.
So if it has a basis of some fact, then I can see that. But
my opinion on politics, I am big on politics. Some people are not.
I'm not.
The reason I am is because you do need some type of hierarchy, or what would you say? I wouldn't even say democracy, but some type of parliament or preliminary.
I think you're using too
to
many
run
terms.
To run a country,
You need some sort of system.
There you go. To run a country, like, and you have even back before we had all of this, like, people still had a hierarchy. The Indians still had a hierarchy. The tribes
they had a pecking order.
Right.
Got you.
I think the main thing is we need to get them old jackers up out of there.
Yeah. I think the old people that run the country are running the country off of old shit.
I think middle-aged people should run the country. I heard a theory one time that the country probably would run better if children ran it. For real.
Children. I can see that because children aren't phased or corrupted by much.
Yeah, they'll tell you the truth.
Yeah,
kids
are very, very forward.
Yeah.
Kids are very forward with their opinion.
Yeah.
And it's not phased by much.
Yeah.
Kids are brutally honest. That's it. That's why I think kid jokes hurt.
They definitely do.
Yo, because my sons call me fat all the time.
A child will tell you who the fun parent is and who not the fun parent.
And I think that's why my kid's mom doesn't fuck with me or like me, because my kids, they've said it. I've heard
the dad
it.
is usually the fun parent.
Yeah,
the dad.
Dad's more realistic.
The mother is usually the nourishing parent, because most kids not gonna run to their pops when they fall on the ground.
I don't know, because my kids, well, they lived with me, so they had no choice but to run to me. But yeah, I see what you're saying, because mom usually does the kissing, and then and then dad's be like, get up.
Yeah, so why do you think he dropped out? Like
I think he had a real conversation with somebody, because those guys are just faces.
Yeah.
They're ran by
Congress runs this family.
No, what I'm saying is they're just faces of the organization.
Right.
So somebody runs that organization. He's just the product of that organization.
Yeah, they're puppets.
Yeah. So they told him, hey bro, this may not be for you.
Yeah, they're definitely puppets. I definitely think he dropped out because of the same reason.
That or he don't want to get shot in the head.
That too. That let's talk about that. Trump. Somebody tried to take that man's head off. Real life. I think it was fake.
They clapped him in his ear.
I think it was fake.
I think it was fake too, because they said they shot at him with an AR-15. And have you ever never seen those bullets?
They big.
Yeah, that shit go whizzing by your head. I think a lot more than your ear is gonna come off.
Yeah, those are some big bullets. But yeah, So you said that you think Kamala's gonna step up.
I think that's how it.
Has to.
I think that's how it. I mean, I don't think he's quitting being president. I think he's just not running for re-election.
Right.
So I don't think Kamala is next in line, so to speak. I think that somebody from the Democratic Party is going to have to, step up.
Might not be her, but somebody does definitely have to step up from the Democratic Party. Hopefully, somebody worthwhile. I don't vote presidential, so.
Did you watch that video when they told you that voting for the president does nothing?
What you mean?
It was a dude. His name was like Yellow Pain or something like that. He was I have to find it, but he pretty much broke down the democratic process. And he was like, "Don't vote for the president. Vote for your local."
Yeah, that's how I vote. I vote locally.
Yeah.
Because those are the people that actually make the decisions for where you live at.
Right.
Versus the whole entire
country. They budget the money for your district and so on and so forth.
And that's the main reason why the black community has never really.
Right, because the media tells you vote for president, and then they start complaining when shit doesn't go right.
And black people have always been more about who's the president versus who's the city councilman.
Right.
Or who's the mayor. They don't really give a damn about who's the mayor, you know what I mean? So,
note to black people. I can't even say black folks. Note to people, the president is important. I think the president's for like if we go to war. So make sure your president doesn't have you fighting because they're having a bad day.
Exactly.
But if you want change, I think my cousin is really big on politics. She hits our group chat fairly often about knowing where to place your vote, so to speak, and vote local. Pay attention to your local government entities, and that's how you get your roads fixed. That's how you get your parks cleaned up.
That's how you get the money for the schools.
Yeah, that's how you get school money. Books. That's how you help us city and town workers, us municipal government workers. That's how you get us raises. Yeah. And
that too.
Yeah, that's that.
I think that's another way you can get jobs. Period. Like higher pay.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I don't. I knew Biden was full of it when he was running with Obama. He looked like he full of it, bro. Like he just.
What do you mean?
He ain't done nothing. Like what is
Biden has a notorious background in government, and it's ironic that. Because you know what made me even consider Biden? Biden said that he was going to eradicate student loans.
Right. I think that's why. Honestly, I
was with that.
I think it's the same thing when it came to Obama and black folks. Black folks thought that Obama was going to get in office and make changes for black people.
Yeah, no, hell no. I mean, he made some changes. I don't know.
Not for niggas, he didn't.
I mean, he raised didn't they raise the age for you to be on your parents' health insurance to like 26 during Obama's term?
Yeah.
So that helped out some people. It didn't help me out, but it helped out some people.
But I mean, he made laws specifically for Asians, like Latinos and the LGBT community. I mean, I feel like if you can make laws specifically for them, why the hell you didn't make laws specifically for your wife and your children? You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, that's just how I look at it.
Because he is the face of the free world, so to speak. And if he specifies or does... I mean, Trump would do some shit like that.
Yeah, he definitely would.
Trump would definitely say, you know what? My white brethren...
Y'all can go kill these niggas. Y'all can go
but kill Trump is that bold, you know what I'm saying? Trump don't care. But
right.
I feel like Democrats always like just play it safe.
They do. They do.
They play
because they have to keep that black vote.
Yeah.
And as black people, you do one thing wrong, we on your ass.
Yeah.
We do one thing. That's why when it came to Kennedy, like, and even Bill, like, them was some freaky ass.
Bill Clinton, they was those two.
And now black folks ain't rocking with Bill no more. They ain't rocking with him.
my homeboy said Democrats never did anything for black folks
Never.
except break
Never.
up their families. Hey,
No, he's right.
I am not disagreeing with you.
He's 100% right.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Guns.
He's 100% right.
We just talking about it. Apparently, the Democrats is who started the Klan.
They are. They are. So I don't even know how it switched from, because back in those days, blacks were it was the Republicans that wanted blacks free.
Right.
And now we have a love affair with the Democratic Party.
We do.
Like, seriously, like, we have a love affair with
But the Democratic Party has always brought forth appealing candidates.
Exactly. Yeah,
and
exactly.
People are like crows. They like shiny shit.
I mean, for years, people didn't know. I mean, let's be real. JFK and Robert Kennedy, they the reason why Marilyn Monroe got killed. They're the reason why.
I don't know.
Oh, you never heard about that?
I mean, they was knocking her down. Somebody was going to take her out.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So, it's, but people try to put him on this pedestal as if he was like this great, you know what I'm saying?
People liked him because he was young. I don't know about the attractive part. He looked kind of funny to me. But
white girls love
him. Maybe back then he was,
I know a lot of
the Brad Pitt of
I know a lot of black women
candidates.
I know a lot of older black women that thought he was amazing.
Right, that thought he was so handsome, but he was funny looking to me, and he talked weird.
Oh,
wow!
I mean, he's from Boston, man. He's from Boston.
Oh, he's from Boston.
You didn't know that?
No.
You never heard of the Kennedy compound?
No.
They have like one of the biggest homes in America. They have like one of the biggest pieces of land in America. Yeah, their family goes back like 300 generations. Yeah,
they started the Klan. Not one Dem voted to end the slavery and overall lied their asses off to blacks.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Liars.
Yeah, so
still currently lying to blacks.
So I will be I vote every year locally.
Are you gonna vote Republican?
Hell no. It don't matter. Like I actually watch
what they talk about.
Yeah, what they talk about. Like even with my kid, like my oldest son, like I just got him in Lawrence Township schools. Woo-hoo. Let's give an applause to that, because man,
I know nothing about Lawrence Township.
My son is out of IPS schools, and while he was in IPS schools, he was doing terrible, terrible.
Well, I mean, I went to one of the baddest schools in New York City, and I know
but
some
schooling
people,
ain't what it was when we was coming in.
Nah, I think schooling has changed. There's a lot of stuff that they're trying to they're trying to wash out of the education system.
I think it's got up to about. It's up to like 38% in the whole country now. Music and physical education have been taken out.
Yeah, they feel like kids shouldn't be
and art. Yeah, and art. So and like shit, my nieces and nephews. Well, my nephews, they're in high school. I don't even think they actually go to school. They think everything's online with them.
That's whack.
And they need that. Like, kids need to be social. They need to learn social skills.
Yeah.
Above everything else.
But because this wave of technology, everybody would rather deal with each other via social media and stuff like that. You ever go out to the club?
Yeah.
Or go out to the bar?
Yeah.
And nobody's talking to each other?
Nobody's talking to each other.
Everybody's face down in their phones looking at something. Yo, bro, matter of fact, I went to Kings Island yesterday. Theme park.
Mm-hmm.
Theme park. We're waiting in line. Everybody's on their phone.
Damn.
Everyone's on their phone. No one's excited about the ride.
It's the same thing like when you go on a date. Like,
right. I
like,
hate that. I put my phone face down.
Don't tell me you want me to. We're going to talk about this, not today, but on another episode. Don't tell me that leading is planning a date, but then when I take you out on a date, you're on your phone the whole time.
Taking pictures of the food.
Taking pictures of the food.
And posting it online.
I done bought.
And posting it online to show everybody else.
You know.
Yo, I was in the Bahamas. Yo, son, we going to talk about it right now. I'm not worried about the time limit or nothing. Yo, we was in the Bahamas, right? And my shorty is there with the camera, like, taking like a selfie type picture or video, bro. I jumped in the picture, yo, don't you think she's here by herself?
Oh my god.
And she's like, oh no, oh yes.
Hey, listen.
We is not playing them games.
One day, at least one episode every season that we do this. This is our first season. FYI, everybody, this will be our last audio only episode.
We're going to video.
We are going to video by next week or the next 2 weeks.
Man, stepping on up.
But we will be doing a man versus woman episode.
Oh shit!
We will be doing it.
That's so cliche now. Everybody's putting men versus women. We're gonna do an episode with men collaborating with women. And the reason why I say like that is we're not against each other.
We're not.
And the fact that we keep pushing this narrative, it's annoying because
it very much so is.
That's like the whole like bros over hoes thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not choosing. I mean, dog, I love you, but I'm not choosing you over my shorty. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go home to her, and when I'm sick, she takes care of me.
I'm one of them dudes, bro. I tell people all the time, like, I got homeboys, but I'd rather be
I'd rather chill with my shorty.
I'd rather be in the presence of a woman. I'm not I'm not in my 20s anymore.
Yeah.
Like, even when I was in my 20s, I didn't do the whole 4 niggas in the whip. Like,
right. I didn't ride around with nobody. I rode around. I had a coupe most of my 20s. You was with your kids. Right. That too.
You was always with your kids.
Yeah, that too.
You was with your kids.
I was either that or I was in the street riding a motorcycle.
I was hustling.
Yeah. So
when we met each other, you probably didn't know it then, but
I sure didn't.
I was one of the.
Hey. This is live. Hey. You was doing your thing.
They know me.
Hey, that's cool. You was doing your thing.
We South Bend niggas know me.
They know shit. Me. Yeah, we ain't about to dive too deep into that. Say that for another episode.
But to segue to our main topic, it look like you got more viewers than me right now.
I got one. Where my people at?
So they have these balloon popping shows. I don't know what you call it. Experiments. I don't know what they are.
It's like
now I've watched a lot of them, and the only ones I've watched are the funny ones, like with Charleston White.
Mm-hmm.
That one was hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know. That's like some new.
I think some of them
type of dating show.
Yeah, but I think some of them do it for the comedy, and I think some of them do it seriously.
Really trying to find love.
Right. But the question is, is it worth it? 1, and 2, is it healthy to the self-esteem? Like,
no, people don't like to be rejected in private,
right?
But you're gonna get rejected on public television.
Man, they got this one nigga
on social media.
Have you seen the one nigga that ain't got no neck?
Nah, I don't watch it,
bro. They did. Well, he's a social media.
You talk about it's a black dude.
Black dude.
Yeah, I know you talking.
Yeah,
about.
Like so he did one, and they was like bagging on this nigga, like talking about his neck. And he did 2 of them. So but they've had some A-list people.
Yeah, but not everybody's like, interested in those kind of people. They might be interested in like the financial game.
Like Boosie did one. I seen Wiz Khalifa's. Charleston White's done one.
So the goal of this is to.
I think some people do it for comedy,
right?
And I think some people like they're really
looking for something.
Yeah, like they're really like doing it.
So that's no. Okay, so that's like the one with the dude who came on and he was like a plumber.
The big nigga?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't watch that shit.
So he went on there and he I'll be completely honest with you, the women are way more harsher on the men than the men be on the women.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen a few where the dudes were not like verbal about what they did for a living. Then these ladies popped their balloons,
mm-hmm.
and then once the dudes was verbal about what they did for a living, the women
they
were like, "Oh, can I get another balloon?"
Right now they want to blow their balloons back up.
Here's my thing, ladies, and I'm gonna get on y'all niggas too after this. Ladies, please stop valuing a man by what he is worth financially. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why.
I think they don't value a man on his financial. I mean they do, but they value a man based on his potential. So what they expect in the long run from him is what they value instead of what he is now in the current moment.
Right. And I think it is better to get with a man that has potential.
Right, but you shouldn't be gauging your love for that man based on what that potential is because you haven't gotten there yet.
I feel like this 300 years ago when we all were in chains, including your bloodline also.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't focus on that because they couldn't.
Right.
They focused on the person, not what that person can do. There is I know you don't really mess with Dr. Umar, but one of the things that he says, and like I mess with him, but I don't mess with him.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things that he says that I agree on, I'm not saying it's about all white people, but a lot of white people, they don't marry for love. They don't. A lot of them don't. A lot of white people marry politically. They do.
I'm not white, so I don't know. But I think people, I try to get out of the whole white, black, Asian thing because every status, not race, every status has a reason why they do shit.
Right.
And if you're in a certain status, then yeah, you marry for gain. I think everybody tries to gain something in a marriage. Whether you gain a life partner, you gain $1 million, you gain child support. I don't know. Right. But saying that to say, I don't think you can just say a race specifically does that for that. I think people do that. And it's just no matter what your status is, or shall I say, no matter what your color is, your status sort of dictates what you marry and what you hope to obtain from that union. So I have to humbly disagree.
What I'm saying is this: when you look at them and their history of marriage, you got to remember that this is a group of people.
So they marry up.
They marry in the sense of we're going to bring these two families together to make more,
right? To
build more.
Okay, so like,
and it's necessarily not about love,
right?
And let's be completely honest with you. I don't know if you've been in this position before, but I have. I'm a big, black, dark, bald black man. Mm-hmm. I've been approached multiple times by white husbands to lay down with their wives.
Because they think you got a mandingo.
And here's my thing. Multiple times. This ain't just a one time. I've never done it, but this has been a multiple time thing.
Right.
When you look at what we've had to bring to the table versus what they've had to bring to the table. Like somebody like you got a pretty decent job. How many black men do you work with?
None.
Exactly.
We got one. He's like a town chair, but other than that, yeah.
So they not out here searching for niggas to do these type of jobs. You know what I mean? And these are and most, unless like my brother works for the sheet metal union, and he's told me a lot of the guys he works with, they don't even have high school diplomas.
Right.
A lot of these white guys is working on these highways right now. All this construction going around in Nap, they do not have high school diplomas. Me and you went to college.
Right. I mean, shit. Like, I mean,
we went to college.
to be honest, and to sort of, I don't know if I'm debunking what you're saying, but I don't have a high school diploma. I have a GED.
You know what I mean.
I'm just saying. I have
you have a high school education.
Oh, okay. I mean, I have a college education. So, yeah, I understand that.
You might have not walked across the stage.
Yeah, I did not.
But you have a high school education.
So you're saying people are uneducated.
What I'm saying is I've had bosses that did not finish high school, period.
So now I'm going to ask you, now that we're walking down this street, what house are we going to? Like, what are you hitting on?
What I'm saying is, when it comes to marriage,
right?
They have a system that is set in place. Not all of them, but a lot of them. I think it's starting to die down with them. But a lot of them, they marry for.
You sound like Dr. Umar.
I do, because I mean, I'm just going based off of observation. I'm not going like I'm literally going. I mean,
I got you.
I could see if it was like I'm just like mad at white folks. No, but no, this is observation. Like, I went to one of the most predominantly white colleges in the state.
I think most colleges are predominantly white.
A lot of them are. Yeah. But what I'm saying is Bethel had 3,000 students, and out of that 3,000 students, it was about 20 black people. And out of the 20 black people that was there, only 3 of us was from the ghetto.
Right.
Two of us was from Gary. One was from South Bend.
Mm-hmm.
Those white women at that college knew who they were going to marry once they got out of college, but they opted into sleeping with us.
But what I'm saying is, like, I got what you saying. Like, I get that. I get where you're going. But this is the thing. Like, I think your terms are a little off because it's not. You got to think about the social class that was at that school. Bethel is not designed for your average South Bend resident.
No, definitely not.
Right, you have to have something.
It's a Mennonite. It's a Mennonite Amish college.
Right, that's why people go to IUSB. Because IUSB is going to let them in. I mean, exactly. Our Black Student Union was immense. Our Pan African Student Union immense. You know what I'm saying? But saying that to say, like, it's just a status thing. Nobody wants to marry a bum.
No, nobody wants to marry a bum.
You got stories like the Prince and the Pauper. The Prince wanted to be poor and the Pauper wanted to be rich. So they switched. You know what I'm saying?
But I definitely think black folks marry more because think about it. We ain't never had nothing.
I don't know.
We ain't never had nothing. So what I'm saying
I can see what you're saying. I can see what you're saying.
So and if you know this nigga ain't got nothing,
so now you have nothing else to accept.
You have nothing else to accept except his love.
Right.
That's it. You see what I'm saying? So
fair enough.
I feel like, especially with our generation, this is from my observation.
Right.
This is probably the worst generation for relationships. For black folks.
It is. I think it's the worst. It's worse for us.
We hate each other, literally. Every time you hop on Facebook, there's a show or a reel or a short about what a man's not doing or what a woman's not doing. And there has to be a reason why those older couples stayed together so long. Now, you do have these women out here now that, well, the grandma stayed with granddad because she was stupid. She didn't know. No, you can't say that.
Right.
Because basically what you're saying is that she wasn't a woman.
Right.
And I know from my grandparents, you know, my grandmother is, you know, she's basically,
I think back then they had gender roles.
I think it was gender roles, but then again, look at, like, those women stood by their men also.
Right.
Those men stood by their women.
Right. And then we had a wave of music that just promoted independent women.
And hold on, and they weren't getting trips and dates either.
They weren't. No, I mean they
wasn't.
They probably get a night out on a town. I mean things are different, and because we didn't, I don't know what they had back then, but
back then black people had their own everything.
Right. So but the exposure to alternative lifestyle wasn't as abundant back then.
It definitely was
now.
Though. It definitely was.
So you have
you had places like Flint, Michigan. You had places like Ottawa, Michigan, that was made just for black people to go and to vacation.
Right.
And maybe they weren't going overseas. Right. Maybe they weren't doing that. Now, I will agree with you as far as the abundance of it. Okay. Niggas couldn't go down south. Like, niggas couldn't go to Florida, and they could, like, if we was living up here,
to stay up north.
If we was living up here in Chicago and we was trying to go to plan a trip to go to, you know, Myrtle Beach, that probably wouldn't happen because you probably wouldn't make it back. Right. But niggas could definitely go to New York. Niggas could definitely go to LA. Niggas could definitely go to Las Vegas and Arizona and those places. They could definitely go.
Right. But what I'm saying is the alternative lifestyle is single woman touring the Maldives, taking solo pictures, nails done.
You really mad?
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just saying, bro. No, like, you're right, though. You don't. You're right. You didn't see that.
You're right.
So now you got social media and you got music telling women to get it by yourself.
Yeah.
And this is what you will
and
get.
If he's not doing X, Y,
right,
Z for you,
somebody else is gonna do it.
He's not, because I like. That's why I go with the. Like I told you, my ex told me, oh, well, the dude I'm dealing with now, he took me here, there, blah, blah, blah. Okay, is this nigga actually elevating your life? Has he taken you? And, like, a trip is a trip. You can, as long as you got enough gas, you can go somewhere.
Right.
Doesn't mean that, like, you're not seeing anything really different. Like, this is America. Unless you go to a tropical place like LA or California or Florida, you're not really seeing nothing different.
Right.
But I know why I didn't take her anywhere.
Because she wasn't deserving?
That's one of the reasons. Second reason is we were young. We were broke.
Right.
I was trying to save money. We're in our 30s now. So most people that are in their 30s now, they've had time to save money. They've had time to build a financial portfolio.
Shit.
You know what I mean? Most people have, though. We're talking about when we were 25, 26, 27 years. Come on now.
I mean, it's 25, 26, and 27-year-olds with kids now going, seeing other places.
Off of a PPP loan. No, let's be real about it. Off of a PPP loan. Off of a PPP loan.
It depends on who you're talking about.
Niggas was not taking trips before COVID. They were not.
I was.
I'm going to say this again. Niggas was not taking trips before COVID. They were not.
Hey, I cannot. I can't side with you with that. You know why? Because the people who I know, and the people who I follow on social media and all that other shit, they was moving and grooving. So now a lot of the people now, maybe doing it, but I don't know who you see. Because the people I see,
this epidemic of this whole let's be real. This epidemic of this whole trip thing did not start until after COVID. It didn't. Niggas was not taking pictures of food and stuff like that. That was already a thing. But now you literally get online, and the first thing that you see is some woman with 6 kids, saying that a man should take her somewhere. Or you see some dude trying to come up with some money to take a woman somewhere.
Right.
That was not
the thing.
That was not a requirement before COVID.
Right.
But what I'm saying is people probably was taking trips. I took trips before COVID.
Right. I did too.
But it wasn't a requirement. Now it's a requirement.
Oh, so you're saying
it's a requirement.
You have to take them out
if you're not planning dates and taking your lady out of town, you're not a man. Pretty much at this point. You're not leading. When the hell did a man planning a date and taking you out of town become a leading factor in leading? So
what is leading?
In my opinion, leading for a man, leading is protecting, providing, and having vision for where this family goes in accordance with what your lady needs and wants and what her vision is.
Right.
In accordance with that
so as a leader, you take your followers, so to speak, opinions into consideration.
You have to, because prime example, my parents were very cultivating in what gifts I had, me and my siblings. That's why I have a full studio. I'm always make music, even if I'm not rich at it.
Right.
Like even if I don't get rich, or if I you know what I mean. I know some people who parents did not know anything that they were good at.
Right.
And they had to go out here in life and figure it out for themselves.
Right.
I know some niggas that don't know what their lady good at.
Right.
So they lady got to figure it out by themselves.
Right.
If I see that you're good at administration, if I see that you're a nourishing person, if I see that you're good at nourishing, hey, you ever thought about being a nurse? You ever thought about being a whatever? You know, my kid's mother, prime example, since I didn't lead correctly. Prime example. My kid's mother is good at like credit and stuff. Like she's not really good at money, but she's good at like credit and stuff like that. I gave her money to go start a credit repair business. Did she do anything with it? No. That's leading. Okay. Leading is not you picking up a phone, calling Fogo the child and saying, hey, we're going to be there at 5 o'clock. But how the hell is that leading? That's just a nigga picking up the phone and calling a restaurant.
So leading is not planning anything. I mean, you're taking the date and making it specific, but I mean, planning, it does require
a woman can do that on her own.
Right, but why?
A woman can do that on her own. She can pick up the phone and say, hey, I want to come eat some steak.
That's making a reservation.
That is still it, but
the date is more than just the reservation in the restaurant. The date is the experience. That's what I think women are. It can be
the experience. First of all, let's get this out the way. They got a fairy tale mindset.
Women do live in a fairy tale. I will say that.
They definitely live in a fairy tale mindset.
But men do too.
I don't.
Men do live in a fairy tale.
I don't.
Some men want their woman to do everything for them.
No. And
that's a fairy tale.
For me, I was married for.
And you had no expectations?
not the expectations that most men have.
All right, so I didn't ask that. I asked if you had any expectations.
The expectations that I had was for somebody to be a teammate with me and build something with me.
Right.
That was my expectation.
That's
not
a fairy tale in some aspects.
That's easy to do though.
A fairy tale is just an interpretation of what can or can't happen. It's how I look at it. So if it's just what you want. So people want a happy ending at the end of their story. Hence the fairy tale. You know, everything's gonna happen the right way, and everybody's gonna be happy.
I went into marriage knowing that the marriage could end at any moment,
right?
And that this person could change at any moment.
That's crazy,
and that's because it's reality.
But that's crazy.
That's like okay, prime example.
That's like going
with me.
That's like going into shark infested waters and cutting yourself.
Hey. Bro,
you want them to smell your blood.
The kind of life I've lived and the kind of things I've been around, it taught me to not to always expect the worst, but to know that it could happen.
Right.
So people always ask me, well, why you always it seemed like you want to die. No, it's the fact that I know I have stage 5 kidney failure, and I know that it could possibly happen.
Right.
So there's a difference between reality and literally. This is the message that the Matrix was trying to give to us. There's a difference between knowing reality and knowing BS. Like a lot of people in our generation here, they watch TV, that's why I say Tyler Perry needs to be protested. Nigga. There is niggas ain't out here going on trips with other millionaires. Niggas is broke. Niggas is broke. You ain't about to I'm sure it happens. Yes. But in the masses, niggas is broke. Niggas is not. We've seen it. Like I said, we've seen it with COVID. As soon as everybody got those PPP loans and everybody got those stimulus checks, they was flying out of. Everybody was going to Miami. Everybody was going to Miami. Yeah, Miami was the hot spot.
Yeah.
Miami
and Vegas.
These same jokers that was doing all that, they broke.
They not doing it no more.
They broke now.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's a difference between reality and a difference between what could possibly happen.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to know what reality is. You got to know what the truth is.
Right.
In order to plan something, you need money. You need time.
But a date isn't just, dates can be free. But what are you saying that today's woman ain't expecting?
No, I know some that will.
A free date.
Trust me, I know some that will.
I'm just saying, a date is just a separation from the norm. That's a date.
I mean, it could be a separation from the norm, but when you have women that's out here creating lists of restaurants,
right? But then you just don't. Well, see, I get that, but then you just don't. You don't date those women.
Most of them, though.
Nah, women have a list of where they would like to go. I get that, but there are women out here who would just wherever you're at,
right,
is where they would be. So you can have a date. I get what you're saying,
right,
but I've been fortunate enough to not have to experience that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You dealing with somebody who understands that concept.
I mean, I've never dealt with anybody who hit me with, this is where I will go or this is where I won't go. Maybe I come off that way. I don't know, but I've never had somebody tell me, don't take me here.
Man.
I don't deal with the shit.
No, I don't deal with it, but I have come across one.
I've seen it. I see it all over social media, but that's social media. Social media is a false reality as it is.
When I plan a date, matter of fact, when I meet a woman, I let them know my situation. And you know my situation. My situation is crazy right now.
Right.
I can't work. Limited money. I let them know from the jump. I'm going through a divorce. I'm sick. I got 2 kids. I'm on dialysis 3 days a week. My time is limited. However, you will be dated.
Right. But
you will be courted.
A smart person would see that, and because you have no time, but you're making time to be around them,
exactly.
they would learn to appreciate that.
Exactly. And so when I plan things, the first date is usually something free.
Right.
Because I'm going to be real.
It's a test.
I think what people got to remember also, I was married for a while, for a good long while. I got married when I was a kid. I got married when I was 24, 23.
Wow.
So I was married for so long. I tried dating my wife. I wasn't the best at dating my wife, mainly because my wife was one of the first women that I actually
took seriously.
Yeah, and girls didn't fucking like me. I ain't had sex till I was 20 years old. so my kid's mother was one of the first women that
you were intimate with?
I was, yeah. But she was also one of the first females that I actually was like, okay, I actually want to spend money on this girl, take this girl places. Build. Right. So I had to go through the marriage to learn how to date.
Right.
So now that I know how to date, it's more of, okay, I know how to do this now. And it's just certain things that I'm not going to deal with. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of times some females don't get that. Hey, y'all want us to accept y'all daddy issues and y'all issues of how y'all don't know how to cook and clean and y'all don't know how to do this. Y'all don't know how to be communicative. Y'all don't know how to be sensitive or nourishing. You might get with a nigga that did not have a father. That nigga don't know how to lead.
Right.
So if you're going to rock with this nigga, and once again, as a man that committed physical abuse and infidelity, I am anti both, like to the extreme at this point in my life. Mm-hmm. However, you got to give this nigga a chance to learn how to be that. Now, I do believe that with men and women, if you don't have that masculine or feminine energy, you should not be dating at all.
Right.
You shouldn't be. You just shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
Learn those traits first and then go out here and try to find somebody. Because my papa told me something that was very vital. You cannot be a king looking for a queen without a castle.
Mm.
If you a man and you ain't got your own, or at least you're not trying to get to your own, like my situation is different. I cannot live by myself.
Right.
I can't.
Right.
But I'm capable of doing that financially. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And the women that I've met, they know that. You know, but I mean, you got dudes out here.
You seem pretty strong about this He-Man woman hater shit.
I don't hate these ladies. I trust me. If anybody believe in these ladies more than anybody, it's me.
Oh, okay.
Because trust me, and I say this to everybody: if it's any group of people in this country that have proven that they can raise an entire family by themselves, it's black women.
Okay.
It's black women.
Yeah.
They have done it, and they have done an excellent job at it.
I'm with you.
So all of that. Don't get me wrong. I do agree with the whole. They produce the worst product, but but people don't look at why they produce the worst product. If you don't have a man around to assist you in producing that product, of course the product is gonna come out bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You know, right. We both been working in warehouses and factories. Mm-hmm. If somebody down that line fuck up, the whole line gonna get messed up.
Right.
You know, so I definitely think that the balloon popping stuff though, it messes up people's self-esteem. Hell yeah, bro.
I think
I couldn't be on one of those shows. I couldn't. You probably could.
I mean,
you could. You could.
I don't know what I could do. I mean, I don't think anybody likes rejection, but I don't.
I'm telling you.
I think you know what I've learned my confidence offsets people, because I think some people expect me to accept that I'm flawed, and they want me to
live in it. Basically.
Live in those flaws. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just not that type. I am well aware of who I am and how I am. And I think that scares people. And I personally don't give a shit.
I know for a fact the fact that I'm very vocal about me being violent.
Yeah.
And the fact I was a cheater, that used to piss my in-laws off.
Yeah. I don't hide much. I don't hide much of anything, and I don't know. I just don't have any personas or anything to maintain. I'm just me.
Right.
So, I mean, as far as like standing up and having people, dating for me is like that. I've been shot down by chicks and tried to holler, and they popped their balloon, and you know, shit. I mean, you just talk to the next one. You know what I'm saying?
And I had to learn that, because I'm gonna be real. Now that I've been single, as long as I've been single, and I've been dating, because I took. When I left, I think I didn't date for like 2 or 3 months. Because I was dealing with the fact that, you know, like, I'm like, I need to go get some help.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I definitely started dating around the 3rd month. And I've met some amazing women, like women that I didn't think I could get.
Right.
And so
they're out here.
Like, remember I told you when I was younger, in my early 20s, before I got married, I dated a lot of women that I wasn't physically attractive to.
Right.
And that bled over into my marriage. But I think now I've came across some women. I'm like, you like me? Like, really? Like,
right.
What like, seriously? We got a question. Why do married men cheat? Or men, period? What's y'all point? Just be single. First of all, let's get this out the way. Women cheat way more than men do. That's a socially
answer the question.
That's a socially proven fact.
You don't need
but I'm gonna move along.
Question,
why do married men cheat? Okay, I cheated because the person that I was married to, she's an amazing person. Let me get that out the way. She's not a bad person. I cheated because the person I was married to, in my opinion, was not a sensitive person. She wasn't sensitive in the ways that I needed her to be sensitive. Shaky, shut up. My cousin is tripping. Don't, because I'll get on your ass right now for real.
We ain't got enough time for that.
But there's an old saying that most men cheat for comfort and for sex and for understanding. That's pretty much it. Men are more simple than women. They cheat for comfort, for sex, and for understanding. So generally, when a man's cheating, he's not being appreciated at home. Generally, or he's not getting sexually gratified at home, or he's not being understood at home.
Men cheat because they feel like it. Married men cheat because they feel like it. I mean, I'm gonna be 100% honest. Like
that too.
Yeah, I mean, the world is set up to, for people. The expectation is for men to be monogamous, but I mean, it's not
real.
It's not.
That goes back to what I was saying about reality and BS.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, because
my mother
cheating. I mean, sexual pleasure is one thing. If you're not, men venture off when they get bored.
Yeah,
that's it. So if a married man cheats or a married man ventures off, he probably got bored.
I'm gonna say this. My mother came to me about a month ago, and she came to me and she said, "Do you think that men cheat because it's in them to cheat?" I'm like, I definitely think it's in men to, not all men, because like I said, I never cheated for sex. Never. It was never a physical thing. Some of the women I cheated on my kid's mother with were not good looking.
Yo, it's like when you change soap, when you change deodorant. If it ain't working for you, you go use something else. If the product ain't working for you, you go to something else.
Definitely.
And then you try it out. And if that don't work for you, you continue it until you find what you want. Now, that's why I tell my homeboys and shit, don't get married young, because if it's great now, reality, it may not be great later, because people change.
But see, here's the thing though. A lot of, I think men now cheat more because of, like you said, they just can.
Right. They feel like it.
Can.
Yeah,
like,
they feel like it.
There are so many
women are almost aspiring to be side chicks because of the benefit.
Yeah.
They're literally being paid to not tell.
Basically.
That's it.
What old boy say up in what was that movie? Four Brothers. He said I pay you to leave.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So they get into these situations with these men, and the men literally, they're exploiting these men for financial benefit.
Yeah.
And what they're not, it is exploitation, but it's blackmail. Because then if the man falls short, she tells his main chick, like, hey, I'm in fucking so-and-so for XYZ, and to put more sauce on the nugget, I'm pregnant.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying?
Pretty
and
much.
that's what it is. Why do married men cheat? Because they can.
So we got another question. She said, why try to find something you want while being in a relationship? Just causing more problems in the home. Be single.
Why what? Why try to find something else while in a relationship?
Why try to find something you want, which is basically something else,
right? While
being in a relationship.
Because a relationship is just a relationship is an experiment,
right? Yeah.
You're really trying to you're trying to add things and pull things away to see if it works for you.
Yeah.
While you're in a relationship, because you're talking to somebody who is fairly new. Now, if you guys been together for 5 years and you've done everything, then you say, well, let's get married. You have to keep doing shit.
Yeah, you have to.
Because if you stop doing shit, I don't want to do the same shit we did before.
Everybody
we got
falls
married.
off, but you have to.
Yeah, you gotta keep it. You gotta keep it.
You
You gotta keep it going. You gotta try different shit. Nobody wants to deal with the monotony of life.
Right.
So you have to constantly be evolving to do other shit. Nobody wants to be bored. I know an old ass couple right now that can't figure it out. Yeah,
man.
You know? And it is what it is. You know? So yeah, watch how to find something else because something done fell off.
Yeah.
So now
Yep.
And we don't communicate.
We don't. I was about to say that.
We don't talk to each other. So if there is a failure in a relationship, that's like your car start making a noise and you turn the music up. You're ignoring the fact that something's wrong.
Problem. Yeah, because I be with that. My truck be tripping.
Right. So you do that in life.
You told me to
your check engine light come on and you put a picture of somebody over the shit. Because you trying to hide that fucking check engine light.
You told me to take that belt off. I didn't take that belt off. And that belt snapped.
Negro. So what? How exactly? So we do that in life. Oh, man. But you're almost terrified to find out what will happen if you go get it diagnosed. So you and your partner got a problem in your relationship, and you so deathly afraid to talk about it that you don't, and then it becomes a bigger problem. So you have to learn to either discuss it with that person at that moment,
leave,
or have a discussion about separating.
Yeah.
Because the more you prolong it, the worse it gets.
The biggest thing, Shaky, I'm gonna tell you the truth. The biggest thing with women, one of the biggest issues. I get what you're saying about just being single, but women have to learn how to leave. People need to learn how to leave. Period. They need to learn how to leave. You
know what? People don't respect single people either.
They don't.
Because when I was single, I talked to a million fucking women. Excuse my language, but I talked to everybody. I dated everybody. But you date somebody and they want to put constraints and restrictions on you.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
I'm single.
If we're not in
we're talking.
If we're not in that, if
we did not have an agreement or a conversation about being strictly for each other, I'm still single.
And that's the reason why I always dated the way that I've always dated, is dating one person at a time, because I don't hold on, wait, I'm gonna tell you.
Go ahead.
These females not as strong as they think they is. They're not.
They fall in love.
They think that you can put some penis on them and they're gonna be cool with it, and they're not. And the one time that I did that, and it went into what you just said, it caused issues. And so I said, you know what, moving forward, I'll let the woman let me know when she's ready for it.
Yo, man, nobody is monogamous with things.
No, definitely not. Not in this country.
No, nobody's. I mean,
not in this country.
Not relationship. Think about it, bro. And I mean, think about it. And now people will probably be mad because I say this. I don't have just one pair of sneakers.
Nope.
I have like 85 pairs of sneakers.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I
don't got just one hat.
We ain't no damn cartoons.
Right. I don't got just one hat.
We ain't no cartoons.
I don't even have one car. When I get bored driving my truck, I drive my Lexus.
Yep.
When I get bored driving my Lexus, I ride my motorcycle. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in this world
wants
options.
Yeah, that's true.
Options.
That's true.
If you don't give your man options, it may not be another person. It may be another version of yourself.
Yep.
Because women get with men, or men get with women and give them one version.
Go put that wig on.
I mean,
go put that wig on.
You thinking sexually. I'm thinking, yo, you go to the theme park, be a kid. We at a theme park, it's just me and you. Let's run to these rides. Let's skip the line. Let's eat cotton candy. Let's eat. You know what I'm saying?
You got to create
Wild
memories.
out together. You know what I'm saying?
You got to create memories.
You have to give your life a variation of different shit. There are things that you may not like to do, but your man may like to do. Mm-hmm. And you have to be willing to compensate or compromise what you would prefer to do
and
do what they want to do.
That was the issue in my marriage. We never lived.
Right. There's no compromise.
Lived. We never prayed together.
The only thing you want to do is conflict.
Yeah.
You'll conflict together fast as fuck.
Yeah.
But you won't compromise. Sometimes I'm in my garage.
You're right.
And I'm working on my car, and my chick will come out in the garage and sit down next to me and play her game.
Yeah.
On her phone.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of, what's that? What's this? What does this do? What does that do? But that's what men prefer. Mm-hmm. You ain't got to do it all the time because this may not be your thing. But for this moment, we share a connection.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then when I got to go makeup shopping, hey, I hate makeup.
And the thing is, like I said, when you're young, when you're in your 20s, early 30s, stuff like that, and you've been with this part, you 36, so you probably understand that.
Yeah,
now.
I get it now.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of females don't get that. And I think a lot of niggas don't get that.
A lot of men, a lot of people are not open because, like I said, a lot of people have personas.
They do.
You have a persona to maintain. So if you run around in the streets and the people know you by that name and your real name is Gerald, you're giving them.
That's my brother name.
Right, you giving them whatever they call you in the street.
Exactly. And
then you deathly afraid to be who you were born to be.
Yeah.
See me, I'm not a street. I've never been a street nigga. I've hung out in the streets, but my OGs told me, or the people who saw me told me, "Hey man, this ain't for you."
Yeah.
So I stayed on the sidewalk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or I watched it happen, but I ain't never got into no street activity, and I'm glad I never felt the need to do it. But I'm always me. Like my name when I was in the motorcycle world come with a little bit of ego because I was the president of my organization, and you know that came with my chest being poked out. We was the Hood Rats.
Hood Rats, right?
Yeah, Hood Rat Riders of South Bend. Shout out to my Hood Rat people out in the world. But you know what I'm saying? It came with a bit of ego, but I was always me.
Right.
So I never had to live up to nothing. So women would tell me, you know, you was different when you was a hood rat and now you not. And I'm like, no, I've always been outspoken. I've always been flirtatious. I've always been that. It's just you've seen me so much that's what you saw.
That's what you saw.
Now you don't see me as often. So now it just seems like I'm different. I've always
it's definitely real. You could be with somebody for 50 years
and never see who they are. And never know them.
And not because like I told you before, the person I had my children with, I don't know who the hell that is.
I mean, me and my kids' mom, I mean, we had this conversation before, but I'll touch on it briefly. It's like you evolve into the person you need to
survival mode.
Yeah, to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
So she is now a whole different person than who I knew. So now we don't rock the way we used to because now she's on the fence about everything I say because she thinks I'm going to take it and I'm going to submit it to the court and try to get custody of my kids.
Nah.
And I'm not that type. I've always been me. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga,
you don't get in my way or infringe on how I do things, and you will never have a problem with me.
Right.
The minute you start trying to infringe or interfere with what I got going on, now we have an issue. So I've always stayed out of people's way because I don't like people in my way.
Right.
And I've always walked my own path. Now, if you on my path, I'm going to ask you what you doing here.
Yeah.
But I'm going to keep going where the fuck I'm going. Now, if I invite you, here's where we headed. So, yeah, man. I mean, to tie back into what they said, you gotta be open to conversation. I don't know if they're experiencing that themselves or if that's what they dealt with.
This is my cousin.
Well, I don't know if your cousin
ain't open to nothing.
Right. So if you're not gonna compromise with your man and you're not gonna try to work things out with your man and not try to force what you want and your expectations, you're gonna get cheated on.
My cousin is she's very
she bullheaded?
My cousin is very bullheaded.
What's her sign?
I don't know.
Ask her. Cousin, what's your sign?
I don't even think she watching no more. But
she gotta watch. She asked a question.
Amazing mother, amazing daughter, amazing sister. But she just shaky, man. She's just shaky. Well, shit.
Hey, like she said, if you shaky, be single. My brother just signed. What up, Tommy? What's good, bro?
Yeah. So I truly believe that like I don't know, like I just feel like this generation is doomed.
I don't think it's doomed. It just need a reset.
But they say black fathers are in the home more 40% more now.
I don't look at percentages.
Then within like it's like 50%, over 50% now more than the last 40 years. That's good.
Because
that's good.
Some black fathers are unemployed. They got no choice.
I think it's that, and I also do think a lot of these guys
wising up.
Yeah, I think a lot of these guys are tired of the killings and the these little niggas being in jail, and I think we getting to a point where we're tired, bro.
That's why I'm in my son's business.
Like, bro, I just can't. Like, bro, I'm telling you, if something happened to my boys, my world would be over.
Yeah, something happened to my kids, my world. I mean, my stepkids too. Like, I try not to be too overbearing with my stepkids because they got fathers of their own. But I can't be involved in a child's life and just watch him because his daddy's there. So,
bro.
Yeah, I try to give them pointers here and there. I try to work with them here and there.
I'll be feeling so bad for some of these, like some of the females I've met since I've been single, and they tell me some of these stories, and I'm also learning a lot of people lie on their exes too. But at the same time, sometimes you can tell when they're not lying.
Yeah, like, I mean, I've met my girls' baby daddies, and I mean, from my standpoint, I ain't got no issue with none of them. I mean, shit, I don't even really talk to them.
So I'm not my ex.
We not friends. Yeah, we're not friends by any stretch, but I mean, I'm not out here hoping anything bad happens to you.
Right. Like, that's what I told my ex the same. I don't care who you dealing with.
And I know for the most part, one of them, I know his business. You know what I'm saying? And there are times when I'm like, yo, you know, this person hiring, see if bro want to work there. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, his car was fucked up. I told her, like, yo, if he want me to I'll fix it for him.
Being a real live player, you don't hate on no other player.
Nah, I don't hate on nobody because I don't want nobody hating on me. But yeah, man, like, I ain't got no issues with dude, you know. And I told the one that I did speak to, well, I spoke to both of them, but the one that I did talk to most recently, I told him, I'm like, bro, I don't got no issue with you. You would be a fool to have an issue with me. Your child live with me. You know what I'm saying? That'd be foolish for me to even have an issue with you and your kid live with me.
I know for a fact. Like, I'm gonna say this and we gonna segue, but I know for a fact, like my kid's mother's done it in my face, like made little jokes about me to the dude that she's dealing with, and I'm just like, it's like this. The women I've dealt with, I don't talk to them about you. Like, I might talk to them about you, but like, it's not on no.
There's no whole conversations. Yeah.
The first thing I tell these women is like, hey, if they ask me, hey, well, why are you going through a divorce? I let them know I was abusive.
Right. Also, you say it's your fault.
Why the marriage ended?
Yeah.
I was a part of the reason. I'm the realest nigga you ever gonna meet.
I'm never the reason.
Like, this motherfucker.
Never. It's her fault.
Fuck. Nigga, wild hunted.
Fuck that shit.
But no, like, my grandma told me something. She said, when people do stuff like that, it ain't about the person that they with. It's a competition.
Right.
They don't even like that person. They just trying to make you look bad because they still want you. They still want to be with you. No, seriously, I mean, think about it.
I'm with you.
Because, hey, why are you focusing on me?
Right.
Focus on what y'all got going on.
Right.
You know, but to segue,
segue means transition, y'all.
Friends not picking up the phone when you called them.
Ooh, bruh. Yo. This is a pet peeve for me.
This your topic. This not mine. This on you.
I mean, I just wrote it down because I just thought about it. But this. I was watching a video on it was Spliff Star and Busta Rhymes.
Okay.
And pretty much the moral of the story, it was either that or Yayo and 50 Cent.
Okay.
One of the two. Anyhow, like, I hate when I reach out and I don't get a response at all. Like, if you call me, right, and I don't answer the phone,
you always pick up.
9 times out of 10, I'm gonna text you back and say what I'm doing, or I'm gonna respond. Same thing with my brother. My brother called me and I don't answer the phone. If I'm busy, I'm gonna shoot him a text like, "Hey, bro, I'm at work," or "Hey, bro, I'm doing this. What's up?" And if he say it's a phone conversation that he need to talk to me, I'll be like, "All right, I'm gonna hit you back in a little bit." But I got friends and I wouldn't even say friends. I got people I know who I don't get a response at all. Damn. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I get tired of trying I'm always the type, like even with my siblings, I reach out, I don't get shit back. I send a text message, I don't get shit back. Or I don't hear from them forever. And I mean, I get it. We didn't grow up together, so we don't got that bond. But it's like, you know you related to me, and you know I'm not just calling for the fuck of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know I'm really trying to have a conversation, and we don't have that. But then on the flip side, I had to reshuffle my deck as far as people. Right. So there are people now who I can hit up, and without a shadow of a doubt, I'm gonna get a response. And then there's other folks who I almost know, like, you know, when you see on Facebook, who would you, if you got a gun pointed to your head and they answer the phone, you get shot, who would you call? I got a handful of people that I will call because I know for a fact they're not gonna answer the phone, and I'm gonna live. And then there's some people that I'll call and they be like, "Yo, what's up?" Blah!
I'm going through that, and I'm not going through that.
Yo, it just sucks because I got folks who I grew up with, and they act like we not even like close. Like we done been through some stuff in our younger years, and maybe it's me holding on to the shit that we went through when we was younger. But it's like I've always been solid. At least I try to be.
You are. I mean, I got like maybe.
Like, you know what made me think about it? I said, if I died today, I was talking to my shorty. I was like, if I died, I don't have 6 people to carry my casket.
Ooh, that's tough.
Right.
That's tough.
Besides my kids, besides my boys, so that's 3.
Like, so here's the thing with me. I've been rocking with the same, like, 3 niggas my whole life. I got 3 cousins that I'm pretty much close to. One of them I'm extremely close to. 2 of them I'm extremely close to.
Right.
Then I got one best friend that lives back at home in Chicago. Do I have a 6? I definitely probably do. But we're not as close as we used to be.
Bro, you're not carrying my casket by yourself.
That's your brother. But I do know what you mean, because I just recently, like I said, like what I'm going through with this divorce, it's become messy for no reason.
Right.
And I just feel like my family ain't stepped for me, bro. Like my sister-in-law said some things about me, and I'm just like, bro, you like the fakest person on the planet. Like, she come over here and she talk crazy about my kid's mother, but then she go back to my kid's mother and talk crazy about me. But then, so I told my kid's mother, I'm like, you need to be careful with your sister, bro. Like, she come over here and she talk nuts about you. And so, tell me, does this make sense to you?
She playing both sides.
My kid's mother told her what I said, and so she texted me and was like, you ain't got no proof of me doing that. How the hell am I gonna have proof of you coming over here and saying something about you? I ain't the type of nigga to record no conversation.
Right. You ain't got no proof. That's the proof right there.
You saying that because you're trying to manipulate your sister into thinking
that you're not coming over here doing what you're doing.
You the same person that when we kicked you out, you came back to my house 2 days later, the house that you living in now, the house that I just recently stopped paying bills in. Gotcha. The house that I was paying bills in off of a disability check. When you was living with us for 3 years, you never paid no bills. I was taking you back and forth to school while I was on dialysis, missing dialysis appointments,
He's talking to you, whoever you are.
Going to dialysis late. But you the same person that came to my house after me and your sister told you to leave. You came back to my house with 3 females to jump your sister.
Wow. She was hurt. She's in her feelings.
To jump your sister. I don't give a damn how old you are, because she like to play this game. Well, y'all 30 years old. I don't care.
That ain't got nothing to do with the price of tea in China.
You tried to jump your sister.
Right.
With some females that you're not even cool with no more. I don't care how many sorries you give me. I can't let that slide.
Yeah, that's wild.
But I definitely feel what you're saying. I just went through that recently, like with my people, like
friendships are just crazy.
Like with my family, I just feel like my family didn't step for me when it came to, like, you know, like I told you about the situation with her brother coming over here and we got into the physical altercation and like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, like,
where was y'all at?
What you mean?
I'm saying, here. No. What I'm saying, like, where was your people at?
Like, you know what I mean? So, I don't really do the friend thing. Never really have. Like, I don't consider you a friend. Like, we brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I have friends though.
Friends that get you killed, bro.
Yeah. If your friends, if you don't I'm the friend that nobody really likes, or I'm the person that because I'm blunt, and I'm just.
I grew up in a big ass family.
I
so
mean,
like,
I didn't.
Like both sides. Like,
yeah, my family's small.
You know what I mean? Like both sides. Like even the friends I have, like Shaky, she's not really my cousin.
Right. She's just somebody.
She's my mother's. Her father and my mother are best friends.
Right.
So we grew up together. So her brothers, I call her brothers my. Like we always.
Is she
like,
back?
Nah, I think she at work.
Man, you better tell her chime the fuck in. We talking to her.
But like we've known each other for so long. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like her and my brother and my sister, they all grew up together just because she's around their age. And then she got a brother that's around my age.
Got you.
So we've been around each other since we was babies. Mm-hmm. So the friend thing, but like even with Shaky and her brothers, I can call them right now. They're going to pick up.
Right.
But I do know what you mean. I do get some people.
Yeah, I got some people, bro, that I call. And I mean, I call and text and all that. I don't get a response. And it's like,
I'm going to tell you what my pops told me.
I fell back.
And I'm so ready to get to this 50-year-old age where you just stop giving a damn.
Yeah.
Like everybody I know that's in their 50s, they just like, I don't care.
I mean, I am good. I'm good by myself. And I've always been good by myself. And I think the reason is because I'm an only child. Like with my mom, I'm an only child.
Right.
So I've always been to myself. I've always had my own things and so on and so forth. People tell me I'm selfish, but I'm real selfish. Like I put myself first.
You and my mom are a lot alike. Yeah, y'all both was only child.
Yeah, like, I'm an only child, so I don't really reach out. But the thing is, and this is the point that I'm trying to drive to. So because I'm that way, if I expose myself to you, it's an honor.
Right.
Because I'm not the type to just, do that with people.
People take vulnerability for granted.
For sure. Like I tell my chick, I tell my brother, because Tommy not my brother by blood. Tommy's somebody I met at work.
Right.
I trained him. And then we got cool just based off of that work relationship. And we've been rocking ever since. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like if I and Tommy know a lot of my business, and I know a lot of Tommy business. You know what I'm saying? And we never had no real arguments. We've had disagreements. I don't think we've ever like stopped talking, but there's been moments of pause in our communications, and probably just because of life. But nonetheless, we've always been real with each other. You know what I'm saying? He has his viewpoints, and I have my viewpoints. And as a matter of fact, I think Tommy's probably about your age. But saying that to say, like, if I expose myself to you in a friendship light or any part of me to you, that should be welcomed warmly because it's not something that I give to everybody.
Yeah, I know one thing that you did do with me, like when we first started this thing off, because I was talking about doing a podcast about 4 years ago,
right?
And I just never got around to it until you like pushed me to do it.
For sure.
But then you hit me up like you was like, bro, I don't just be hitting you up just to talk about podcasts.
Right.
Like,
you could talk to me about anything.
So I mean, a lot of people, because I mean, like even with my cousins, like I don't tell them everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think with being men, sometimes we don't be like, hey, I don't want to tell my homeboy I got erectile dysfunction.
Right.
I don't want to tell my homeboy.
Yo, I got people. I had a boss tell me that shit, and he expected me to laugh. Matter of fact, I had a homeboy who I started my first podcast with.
Yeah,
and he divulged some information to me, and I was drawn back like, oh shit, like you for real? And he like, yeah, and I didn't laugh, but I start trying to like tell him like, yo, try this.
Yeah.
Yo, try that. Yo, try this. Do this. Take this. I've been reading and they say this works for whatever. You know what I'm saying? And he I don't know what he did. But then we end up drifting apart. And he went his way, I went mine. But people who open themselves up to you, that's a blessing.
Yeah, don't take it for granted.
I don't try to tell nobody business. And if I do tell somebody business, I'm not telling it to gossip. I'm really like trying to ask a question because I don't have the answer. I get people who hit me up. I've talked people out of suicide attempts.
Yeah, my papa always said the only business that you should tell is your own.
Right. So I be really trying to.
Yeah.
I be trying to help people. Like
figure it out, you know? So
I'm definitely one of them people come to talk to.
Right, and people come to me all the time. Shit, you vent to me, I vent to you, and you know, shit. But yeah, it's like, I guess what I'm getting at is, don't be afraid to shuffle your friends. Sometimes your friends have expired, and you need to remove them from your fridge.
I was always taught that God puts people in your life for a season,
a reason, season, or a lifetime.
Or a lifetime.
And I think I've ran out of certain seasons with people and been trying to keep them around. And I've started like agitating you know, sending them on their way, because it's like, I'm not about to chase you, bro. Like, I know you may be going through something, you know, and if you don't voice that, I don't know. So, but it's a difference between going through something and purposefully ducking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and if you don't offer no clarity, I'm gonna take it for what it is.
Sometimes you just get burnt out with certain people.
Yeah, for sure. My thing is, let me know. Because if you get on my nerves, I'm gonna let you know. Like, bro, you irking me, bro. I'm gonna talk to you some other time. Right. But you got people who just don't reach out, don't make the connection, and then you're left assuming. You know? And it's like, how many times do I have to reach out to you to get a response? And I'm not going to pull up on you because I'm not comfortable doing that shit no more. Once upon a time, like my bro Tommy, I could pull up to his house anytime I want. Mm-hmm. I got a key to the motherfucker. Damn. You know what I'm saying? So that's how close we are. Other people, they be like, pull up. And I'm like, no. Yeah. Because I don't feel welcome at your house. Yeah. You know, it's weird. So I don't come, and I'm not gonna bring myself or anything attached to me over there. So yeah, sometimes you gotta shuffle your friends, shuffle your deck, and remove cards that that you don't need. Because and the reason why I say that is because, like, my chick, she got a friend group that's like solid. Like they always on the phone, FaceTime. They always planning trips and planning dates and. That's the thing. Going out and women will get out. Women do that. Women click up, out, even though they fake as hell when it comes to it. But you know they'll do it. Yeah. They go out. They hang out and they do their thing. And it's like
they go out of town.
It's admirable.
Yeah, like because when they come back, they ain't friends no more. But I mean, still,
I don't know because I mean, I went on a girls trip with my chick and her friends, and they ganged up on me and called me all kinds of names and all kinds of shit. Right. And they was talking real fucked up about me, yo. So
was they drunk?
Nah. This was after the fact. Like we came back and they was like, "Oh, you ruined my best friend's birthday." They didn't say that to me. They was talking about each other, but I found out. So they was dragging my name through the mud, and I caught wind of it, and I called like, "Yo, we got a problem." And they like, what? We ain't got no problem. I'm like, yes, you do, because I know what you said.
Yeah, you talking that talk.
So I checked that shit, and I ain't check it like on some, yo, don't talk about me. But maybe you got this fucked up. So let me know what you think, and let me clear the air for you. And we had a solid conversation. Me and one of her friends had a very in-depth conversation, and we hashed the shit out. And you know, we cool now. You know what I'm saying? But friend groups. Her friend group is dope. And I've always wanted to simulate that with my homeboys, but we got life. And when I say life, I mean, we got kids.
Man, niggas, bro.
I be trying to get y'all out the house. Like you, Tommy, y'all be busy.
Come, bro.
Y'all busy. We gonna get out. We gonna get out, bro, because Indianapolis got a lot. And I'm slowly coming out of this. I'm new to this city shell that I've been in.
It's a lot to do here.
It is. I just be trying to get out and go hit a game, go tailgating. Men shit.
I mean, NBA season,
yo,
football season
I'm going to be at another
going to these Pacer games.
We definitely going Pacers and the Fever games.
It's just when you get older, you start having kids. You can't go over to your homeboy house like you used to.
Right.
You know, you just can't be. You know, I'm a firm believer in people need their space.
Yeah, and I try to respect that. I try to respect that. I try to stay out of people's way and not pull up like I used to.
And more so when you get in a relationship, it's better to double date. You know. I never did that in my marriage.
I think I've double dated.
I think we did. No, we did with her friends.
Yeah.
But my friends.
I don't think me and my chick have double dated with anybody yet. But I know she's brought it up, and we haven't gotten to that. We haven't set it up just yet. But we've gone and hung out with her people.
Okay.
And, so it's in the work in progress.
Well, as we close this episode, like I said earlier, today will probably be our last audio only episode. Probably. This is our 4th episode. I feel like it's been going pretty decent.
I feel we're learning.
Yeah.
So I can't say it. It's going great.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it at that.
They say the first few episodes are like trial episodes anyway.
Yeah. We're trying to find out our niche.
Yeah.
And get our viewers up and, build some loyalty.
But the big celebration is we finally will be, hopefully soon, we will be introducing our 3rd co-host. And it is a female.
Oh, shit.
It is a female.
So we can't.
She's a very bright and intelligent young lady.
We can't talk macho anymore.
Nah. I think we can, but
I don't know her.
I definitely think we need some feminine energy.
Yeah.
In doing this thing. But yeah, here soon we will be having a full force media platform. What I mean by that is we will be doing here soon comedy skits, just trending news, game shows, all type of stuff. It's like we about to really do this. We need all of the support.
You know what? We can get. I mean, I know we're supposed to be closing, but people don't support shit.
They don't, bro.
Like
they don't support their own people.
Right. Like I can't I don't know. I gotta look and see if I got supporters. I mean, I support a lot of people's shit. I've rolled in people's benefits and all kinds of shit. But anything that I've done.
Did you give to my not my OnlyFans. I don't got OnlyFans yet.
OnlyFans? I would never.
My GoFundMe.
Maybe.
I'm messing with you, bro.
Maybe.
Bro.
I'm about to say shit. I probably donated to a couple things, but I guess what I'm saying is, don't be afraid to support us. My people, Keys people, we are now each other's people. Yeah. So, you guys, every time you see him on live, 9 times out of 10, I'll be there too. So, saying that to say, don't hesitate to support us. We only doing what feels right to us. So
this show is about love, laughter, and life.
Facts.
That's what it's about. We love y'all, and like I said, we will be switching over to video here soon. But we gonna leave you.
That means I gotta put on good clothes.
We gonna leave y'all with this. All negative energy and negative vibes and negative perceptions and negative thoughts. Please wash them out of your lives. Try to have a good week. Everybody try to this week. Just every day, wake up every day. If you don't believe in God or pray, or at least say 4 affirmations. Write down a goal list for the rest of the year. Please, this week, do this week.
I'm gonna start when I get home.
Try to find you a financial counselor. Try to find you a financial counselor. Before your kids go back to school, take them somewhere. Do something with them. Whether it's taking them to a nature center or a circus or just taking them to the mall to walk around.
Right.
Do something with your kids and do something for yourself. Every check you get, do something for yourself.
I did too much for myself in my last check. That's why I'm broke.
Right. Now, I had to get my truck fixed and everything.
Oh, man. I got something. This is the last thing, and I'm going to leave with this. For the people that are feeling down, contrary to what you believe, this is one thing that I like instill in myself. You have survived 100% of your worst days.
Yep.
Do not fuck that up.
Yep.
All right, y'all, I'm out.
All right. We will see you all next time. Be blessed, be safe, and be positive.